Almost nothing in your home with a screen on it actually belongs to you. Not the games, not the movies, not the music. And this week, 70,000 people found that out the hard way. Sony announced that new PlayStation games are going digital only. No disc, no box, nothing you can hold in your hand. The internet detonated, 70,000 furious replies in a single day. Even Domino's joined in, mocking Sony with a fake announcement that pizzas are going digital too. Everyone laughed, everyone got angry, and almost everyone missed the point. Because this was never about games. This is the final stage of a 40-year plan to delete one single word from your life. The word own. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see the numbers they are hoping you never calculate, and the one rule that protects you. Let's open the file. Part 1. The word that died. In 1998, buying music worked like this. You walked into a store. You paid $15. You walked out with an album. It was yours forever. You could lend it to a friend, sell it secondhand, or leave it to your children. Nobody could enter your house and take it back. Ownership was a wall around your stuff. Now look at today. You don't buy music, you subscribe to it. $12 a month. You don't buy movies, you license them. You don't even buy software anymore. You rent access to it, month by month, forever. The product never changed. Songs are still songs. Films are still films. What changed is the contract underneath, and almost nobody read it. Here is the sentence buried in the terms of service that nobody reads. When you press that buy button on a digital store, most agreements say something like this. You are purchasing a limited, revocable license to access the content. Read that again. Limited, revocable, license, not ownership. You didn't buy the movie, you bought permission to watch it, and permission, unlike property, can be taken away. Think that's just legal theory? Let me show you the receipts. Part 2. The receipts, July 2009. Amazon discovers a rights problem with certain ebooks sold on the Kindle store. Their solution? They reach into thousands of customers' devices overnight and remotely delete books people had paid for. And here's the detail that makes this story immortal. One of the deleted books was George Orwell's 1984, a book about a government that erases information from existence. Erased from existence remotely by a corporation. You could not write that as fiction. Editors would reject it for being too on the nose. December 2023. PlayStation users open their video libraries and find that entire seasons of TV shows they paid for are scheduled for removal, not refunded, removed. Due to licensing changes, content they had purchased would simply vanish from their accounts. The backlash was so fierce that a deal was struck to restore access. This time. But the message was sent, loud and clear. Your library is not a shelf, it is a window, and someone else owns the glass. And in 2024, a Ubisoft executive said the quiet part out loud. Talking about the future of their subscription service, he said gamers would need to get comfortable with not owning their games. Comfortable. That is the plan spelled out in one word. Not a conspiracy theory, a product strategy announced in an interview. Games get delisted. Movies migrate between platforms like nervous birds. Software you built your business on becomes a monthly toll. One by one, the things you bought are being converted into things you merely borrow. Ownership used to be a wall. Now it's a door, and someone else holds the key. Part 3. The math they hope you never do. Let's do what they are betting you won't. Let's run the numbers. The average person's subscription stack looks something like this. Music, $12. Video streaming, and be honest, you have more than one. Call it 35. Cloud storage, 3. Gaming service, 15. Software, apps, that meditation thing you forgot about, another 20 or so. Roughly $100 a month. Sounds harmless, that's the design. Each one is only a few dollars. A coffee they love to say. Now stretch it across a life, $100 a month from age 20 to 65. That is $54,000. $54,000 for a library that evaporates the instant you stop paying. 45 years of payments, and on the last day, You own exactly what you owned on the first day. Nothing. But that's not the real number. The real number is what that money could have become. $100 a month invested in a boring, average index fund over those same 45 years compounds to roughly $500,000. That is the true price tag hiding behind only $12 a month. Not the $12, the $500,000 it could have been. Every subscription is a tiny landlord, and you only have so much rent to give. Here's a metaphor to make it stick. Imagine paying rent on an apartment for 45 years, and at the end, the landlord shows up and takes back the memories of having lived there. That is a subscription library. You are not building anything. You are renting the feeling of having things. Part 4. Why they'll never go back. Understand this from the company's side of the table, because it explains everything. A product you sell once is revenue that ends. A product you rent out is revenue that never ends. Wall Street noticed. Investors stopped rewarding companies for selling things and started rewarding them for recurring revenue. The subscription economy has exploded into hundreds of billions of dollars, and analysts cheer every time another one-time purchase is converted into a monthly fee. And Sony? Sony played both sides of the table in the same week, and this is almost beautiful. While gamers were furious about digital-only ownership, Sony re-released a 13-year-old game, and it rocketed to the top of the sales charts. Think about what that means. They will sell you the future as a subscription and sell your own childhood back to you as a remaster. Both directions, the money flows one way. None of this makes these companies evil. They are just very, very good at math. The only question that matters is, are you doing the same math back? Part 5. The rule that protects you. Now compare all of this to how wealthy people actually handle money, because the contrast is the whole lesson. The rich buy assets, stocks, property, businesses, things with a title deed and a resale value, things that grow while they sleep, that can be sold when needed and handed down when they're gone. Notice something, every single one of those is the exact opposite of a subscription. An asset pays you for holding it. A subscription charges you for holding it. The modern economy is quietly training everyone else to do the reverse. Own nothing, rent everything, and call it convenience. And convenience is real. I'm not telling you to cancel everything and go live with a CD collection in a cabin. I'm telling you to see the trade clearly. So here is the rule worth keeping, and it fits in one sentence. Own the things that matter, rent the toys if you must, and never let it reverse. In practice, that means 3 moves. 1. Before any new subscription, multiply the monthly price by 500. That's roughly what it costs you in lost compounding over a working life. $9 a month? That's a $4,500 decision. 2. Once a year, open your bank statement and count the payments that repeat every month. Each one is a quiet answer to a question you were never asked. Who really owns your money? Kill the ones you wouldn't sign up for again today. 3. Redirect even half of that money into actual assets. Boring index funds count. And let compounding do what subscriptions do, but in your favor. Money that multiplies for you instead of money that evaporates monthly. The companies figured out that access beats ownership. For them, your job is to remember that ownership beats access for you. 70,000 angry replies, and most of those people will forget by next week and keep paying rent on everything they touch. Don't be in that group. The whole game, on their side and yours, is the same 3 words. Run the numbers. If this changed how you see that harmless little subscribe button, the irony is not lost on us. Subscribing to Quiet Wealth is free, and we never charge rent. Next time, inside the $500 million super yacht, and why it is secretly a floating tax strategy. The numbers don't lie. People do.